Hey guys, welcome to All Time Gaming. I'm Chris.
I'm Jamie.
And I'm Alex, and Halloween is nearly upon us.
It's the spookiest time of year, right?
Yeah, sure. So time to go out and scare the shit out of some unsuspecting children. No, not in that way.
Yeah.
But sometimes the tables are turned. You've been playing an innocent game and bam, soiled trousers and embarrassment.
Maybe for you, buddy. In this video, we'll be looking at just a few of these games.
Yeah, that's right. The ones that lure us in and sell us out. 6 horrifying moments in non-horror games.
Now guys, cast your minds back more than 2, maybe 3 months ago to June 2016.
It's too far away, man. I can't do it.
Yeah, I can't remember that far either.
Jamie was 12.
Jamie was 12 and a half. Everyone was still excited for No Man's Sky. The US election was months away, and that hero, Muhammad Ali, was still kicking it.
Rest in peace, dog.
Ah, those were the days. We also brought out a video about surprisingly dark...
Oh, Muhammad Ali was wretched and dying. Those
were the days.
But we also brought out a video about surprisingly dark kids games, and on that list we featured Minecraft, and now we're going to expand on that right here. Here is a game that is, on the outside at least, all about building and exploration. Cut this tree, build that axe, cut down more trees, build a hut, dig a mine, fall into a lava pit, and get blown up by creepers.
And rinse and repeat, right?
It's a fairly simple but satisfying formula, which has contributed to the massive success that the game has seen. But when night falls, the beasties come out to play, and that is when it gets a little spooky.
When the night falls.
You've ventured away from your hut just a little too far, and now as the sun sets, you have to try and get back to the relative safety of your ramshackle home.
It's a bit rude, you know. I spent a lot of time building that fucking ramshackle home.
What about the carpet he rolled out?
Yeah.
It's only like 3 squares in the middle of the whole room.
That rug really tied the room together, did it not?
Fucking A. This guy peed on it.
He didn't even build wood to build his house.
Oh, but I had wood. I didn't have an axe, just using my erection to cut down trees.
But for an experienced Minecraft player, you can outrun creepers, avoid zombies, and punch a skeleton in the face. It's all standard stuff to you. But wait, what's that over there? That tall, thin, gangly looking guy staring at me? Let me get closer for a better... Oh shit! He's teleported over here and he's screaming at me! Fuck, 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 fuck!
Oh my god.
What the fuck was that?
Oh no.
I can't say fuck.
No.
Fuck, 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 fuck!
That was the worst thing I've ever heard in my life.
No. These guys are fast, persistent, and dangerous with a hard-on for moving blocks out of your structures and teleporting right into your safe spaces. It's creepy and unnerving, and I just please want them to stop.
If you think June was a while ago, think back to 1996.
When?
1996.
What's that?
The Nintendo 64 burst onto the scene with 2 launch titles, Pilot Wing 64 and the now legendary Super Mario 64. Breaking out into the 3rd dimension for the first time, Mario had a lot to prove. Not only did the game have to be fun, it also had to be capable of those controller snapping moments of annoyance from the 2D platforms. One such moment, which also scared the shit out of a lot of us, was the killer piano in Big Boo's Haunt. On first inspection, the piano appears to be nothing but set dressing.
Yeah, sure.
Pretty, but pointless.
Like your sister.
Well, she's like 3. However, when you approach it, you realise that the piano is actually a vicious killing machine.
Like Arnie.
Arnold Schwarzenegger. It's a piano and something happens, it goes crazy and starts going blam, 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 chasing you
That
around
is
the room.
quite freaky.
So now our poor Italian plumber has to run around the room on his little stumpy legs trying to avoid this instrument with sharpened teeth as it slams its lid mouth over and over and over again. Now while this may not seem that frightening these days, back in 1996, this caused thousands of unsuspecting children and adults to lose their bowels out of fright. They literally shat out their intestines. Today we half expect the developers to mess with us in some way, but back then you kind of had faith in the developers that they were looking after us and we were looking after them, and the pianos weren't going to eat us for no reason.
I mean, it was Nintendo, right? Nintendo.
It's happy and fun and family orientated.
Don't attack my eyes.
Yeah, Jamie, you want to talk about trust?
Why did my girlfriend do that?
No, different kind of trust. Try BioShock Infinite from amateur Ayn Rand enthusiast and beard enthusiast Ken Levine. Here is a game that starts out as a lovely little tale about shooting white supremacists in the sky, but soon devolves into a game about self-determination and multiple realities. This tonal shift can come as a shock to those who don't pay attention. And for me, that shock came around the time of Comstock's House. After some various dimension-traveling shenanigans, Booker has worked his way way to adversary Comstock's house, which has been turned into a home for lunatics, as you do. Elizabeth has been captured and taken to the building by Songbird, this sort of leathery, giant, flying, big daddy dildo thing. And it's up to our man, Booker DeWitt, to save her, so...
He said Booker DeWitt.
That's how I would
It's
say it.
Booker DeWitt. That's like the most foreign thing you've ever said.
Maybe if it was
Right, it's
like
funny.
Germany. Yeah.
Booker DeWitt.
Booker DeWitt.
And it's up to our man Booker to save her. So you've jumped through the hoops, opened the security gates, and... I mean, that's fucking terrifying, right? So why the fuck is this dude here? Well, as I said, so far the tone of the game has mostly been dumb run and gun fun. So to go from whizzing around on a skyhook to getting an involuntary enema is a pretty horrific trick. Most of us didn't expect or indeed wanted, but you have to give props to the character design. Nothing scarier than a screaming, faceless, helmeted man dressed as a little boy circa 1880. Well played, Ken Levine. Well played. But what about you guys? Did this scare you shitless, or did you see it coming? Let us know in the comments down below.
You want to bring up teleporting arseholes? Let's talk Dr. Watson from Sherlock Holmes' Nemesis. On the surface, there is nothing at all creepy about this game. Our dope fiend detective is pitted against the ridiculously named Arsène Lupin, as the latter attempts to steal England's treasure from the British Museum, otherwise known as everyone else's treasure.
Hashtag give the Elgin marbles back to Greece.
As such, Holmes is obligated to visit these areas and investigate, accompanied by his strictly platonic friend Watson.
Not platonic in my fan fiction.
Watson is required to stay close to Holmes at all times because it's purely platonic. But due to a quirk of AI, no movement animation was given to the good doctor. Instead, he is teleported in behind Holmes when he's far enough away. To up the creep factor, Watson only ever warps in when the other player isn't looking, so here is Holmes just examining a few clues as Watson stands motionless on the far end of the room. Holmes turns his back for just a moment, and there he is, staring into Holmes' soul with those dark, unfeeling eyes.
I really like this one.
Weeping angels, anybody?
Weeping Watson.
Actually, on second thought, he's more like the damn Burger King. Creepy, fixed gaze and all. YouTuber Tedious turned the obscure quirk into a video to which Focus Home Interactive went, "You want terror? We'll give you terror." No focus, just no.
Now, I know what you're thinking. Pokemon, guys, again?
Really?
Yeah, well, yes, because there is a very good reason why this entry belongs on this list. Now, most creepy Pokemon-related bullshit is fan fiction. Lavender Town music kills, Pokemon Black, yada yada yada. However, this horror moment is 100% genuine and takes place in X and Y. When you enter a particular building in Lumio City and head up to a higher floor, the music stops, the screen flashes, and a ghostly apparition materializes behind you. The girl, it's a girl, by the way. The girl that floats away exclaiming, "No, you're not the one," before returning to normal. So that's pretty terrifying. Even more so if this has been handed to a child to keep them quiet for a good few hours. This isn't the only encounter you'll have with the spirit of Lumio City either. On the 4th floor of Lumio City Hotel, you'll find the same ghost who this time asks you not to talk to her as she can't hear the elevator.
Don't talk to me. I'm busy. Leave me alone, Jamie.
Speculation has continued for 3 years as to the identity of the spirit of Lumio City. Some say she was looking out for a particular person who had pushed her down the elevator shaft. Others say that due to ethereal beings pointing the way towards rare legendary Pokemon, this spirit is a friendly guide for the player. If she is though, couldn't they have just been a bit less, horrific?
Friggin' creepy.
Just a bit nicer, maybe.
Oh, you're not the one.
Now, it shouldn't surprise anyone that Bethesda have a bit of a thing for H.P. Lovecraft. I mean, all you could do is look at whatever the fuck this thing is.
That's a centaur, Chris.
It's a centaur.
You should know.
Why should I know? Do I look like a fucking half man, half horse bullshit?
Greek mythology, that's where they're from. What are the goat men called?
Satyrs.
You ought to be a hero, huh, Hercules?
Who was the gladiator? Hercules! For our final spot on this list, we're looking at the Dunwich Boarers Quarry in Fallout 4. Now, yes, Fallout 4 walks a fine line between horror and action, granted. You can even make the case that encountering a surprise Deathclaw in the dark is pretty much the most horrific thing that can happen to you in the game.
You could certainly make that case.
You could make that
A
case,
Deathclaw in daytime, perhaps.
I wouldn't know
Okay,
because whenever
shit.
that happens, I just shit myself and run away.
But Dunwich is far too creepy to ignore. So when you first approach, it resembles any other raiders camp. However, there are small things that do look slightly out of place. For starters, there's a human roasting pen in the center of the quarry. That's the sort of thing that's really gonna grab your attention, you know?
It should when you
wouldn't-
walk into a place. Oh, there's a human roasting pen. gonna go eat somewhere else.
Further into the earth, you uncover terminals, which tell the story of an excavation that simply didn't give enough of a fuck about safety, just as long as they got results. Continue further, and you start uncovering old corpses, creepy noises, but most disturbing of all, hallucinations. Ghouls continue attack all the way down, making the process tense and scary from beginning to end. And it's even worse if you are insufficiently leveled up. The final vision reveals the veneration and human sacrifice to a supernatural being, possibly called, go on, Jamie? Kremve, whose tooth and possible statue can be found at the bottom of a pool where the platform used to be. You expect a lot of nastiness in the Commonwealth, but not like this.
So there we go, 6 pant-wetting moments in non-horror games. What do you think though? Did any of these scare you, or did we leave off a truly petrifying moment because we're cowards and we haven't played it yet? I'm sure you'll let us know in the comments down below.
And while you're calling us out, leave a like and a subscribe. It helps, and we'd appreciate it.
How much would you appreciate it?
This much.
And if blood and gore is more of your thing, check out our list of 6 absolutely brutal fucking games. It's not like games where you fuck, but it's just brutal. And we'll see you next time. Hey! Goodbye.
Bye.
Oh shit, he's teleported over here and he's screaming at me. Then you can go, no.
Oh my god, Alex Jones, I'm so scared right now. Like that.